views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Sunflower Media Mint. Some programs might include strong images or language that might be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ever wonder for what's next? It's time for something new. Define things. Straightforward. Different perspectives. It is black and white. You are listening to PrevHue by the New Q.
It's podcast
Okay.
time. It's 11:11. Happy shopping for everyone. We all know that today is the day that all of the shoppers right now are really looking forward to, and it's here. So honestly, this is not planned or what. When I spoke to our guest for tonight, hindi ko naisip na 11:11 ngayon at sobrang daming magkakandagulong mag-shopping tonight, tong araw na to because of all of the sale happening on the internet, 'di ba? I mean, we've lived to 8 months right now in quarantine, lockdown, and ang buhay ng shoppers right now is all online. So, for those who are just tuning in, I'm H for PrevHue by the New You. This is episode 9, the new Gaslighting. If you are just following the New You just right now, you can download all of the episodes and listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. You can check also all of the episodes in our website. It's www.thenewuph.com. Follow us on our social pages like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, wherever. The New You is everywhere, and it's all in black and white. But for tonight, I don't want to really go into bubbling a lot of things because medyo honestly I'm excited with this topic because it's really something that we should all be aware of. And I invited a good friend on the show, Mr. Janus of Pinoy Tech Dad. Welcome to the show, Janus.
What's up? What's up, guys? Ganda gabi
Kamusta?
sa lahat,
Kamusta?
mga viewers, sa mga
Yeah.
listeners natin.
That's good. Ito no, I mean kanina when we were discussing this kasi way back like last week. Na parang I think that's 2 weeks ago parang I was talking
Yeah.
to you na bro, what an episode about this. I mean this is something like on marketing standpoint and as I would say then in a sense na we are all into this technology lifestyle, into the smart lifestyle that we all know, di ba? And then
Yes.
my big part of that na people are buying things is because of the reviews or the marketing standpoint
Yeah.
na nangyayari right now. Wait, before we proceed. Bro, I lost your video.
Nawala.
Yeah, I lost your video.
Teka, ayusin natin.
No problem. So yun, before like what I was saying, 'di ba? We're talking about daming reviews honestly and the vloggers right now, kanya-kanya sila ng mga content in a sense, 'di ba? Pero meron ding market sa YouTube uh, na para sa mga review. Meron nga actually mga unboxing, reviews.
Yeah.
But you on your end of course of the whole YouTube environment or community, you're into the review portion of technology, like products
Yeah.
and all. What does
Uh-huh.
Pinoy Tech Dad really is into before we start?
Actually, Pinoy Tech Dad is, a YouTube channel meant to help the other consumers. Kasi it started with an idea na when I was looking for a product review of something that I wanted to buy, nakita ko walang review. So, paano ko magde-decide na walang actual user experience yung product na yon? So, and hindi siya sikat na product. So, hindi siya nako-cover ng mga big YouTubers kasi usually big YouTubers, they just pick yung mga super sikat like iPhones,
Totoo.
Samsung.
Yes.
Yan yung pipiliin nila. Hindi nila pipiliin yung mga budget level na phones kasi
Tama. Mm.
wala silang kita doon eh.
Yes.
So, naisip ko, why not? Gawin natin yung Pinoy Tech Dad. Kunin natin yung kahit mga inexpensive na products. So, doon talaga siya nag-start. Nag-review ako ng mga inexpensive na gadgets. And ang goal ko talaga is i-share yung actual user experience, whether it be good or the bad. So
That's true.
para talagang balance yung makuha na na opinion ng mga manonood. So doon nag-start yung idea ng Pinoy Tech Dad.
And for those who are listening or most likely downloading this or listening to this later on, di ba? The reason why the title is the new gaslighting for this episode is because I personally, yun yung napapansin ko with reviews. When I watch reviews, I only see or hear good things about certain products in a sense, and that really pisses me off in a way on a consumer standpoint because that's the point. I mean, that's the definition of gaslighting. You're being manipulated. You're being
Yes.
manipulated to buy things na una is hindi mo kailangan.
True.
Pangalawa, it's a marketing standpoint.
Mm.
It's a marketing way na tipong, sige, ito yung maitutulong yan sa buhay mo. Ganito yan, ito yung kaganda niyan. But not really saying what's the bad behind the product. So that's the reason why
Yes.
I invited Janus because Janus is really a tech reviewer in a sense, like what he mentioned na this is
Mhm.
something na we're talking on the standpoint na kasi ikaw yung bibili, 'di ba? Pero
Yeah.
how does it go with the YouTube things? I mean, you starting this Pinoy Tech Dad during the quarantine period, 'di ba? So pinag-usapan
Mhm.
natin, magkasabay tayo halos nag-start eh. And then, paano ba to? I mean, does the companies approach you? O, review mo
Okay.
to, ganito, ganyan. Paano? Paano nangyayari
All
yun?
right. So, initially, pag magsisimula ka ng as a tech YouTuber dito sa Pinas,
Mm.
wala talagang may kilala sa'yo. So, sariling sikap yan. So, initially, you have to buy your own gadgets. You have to pick which gadgets would most likely get views so that you'll get noticed by other companies.
Mm.
And when I started this, actually, I started way back 2019, but it was a super small channel,
Mm.
and I wasn't really taking it that seriously, unlike this year. Pero ayun, I think at around 800 subscribers, someone was already sending me emails and asking me if I would like to review their products. And this was something that I didn't expect right
Yeah.
away to
Mm.
happen. Kasi, sino ba naman ako? 800 subscribers. I
Exactly.
don't have that much viewers. Pero the thing is, I think yung ibang companies na notice nila na one, yung honesty ng pagre-review ko, and two, I guess yung content kung paano siya
Tama.
pinresent, kung paano ko pinresent na maiintindihan ng lahat. So I guess yun yung mga important things na
Mm.
tinitingnan ng ibang companies.
Mm.
So now, ngayong sineryoso na natin yung pag-YouTube, although kahit
Oo.
sideline pa rin naman. uh, so meron ng, fortunately, meron ng mga companies na nakapansin sa atin. So I do get sent free products sometimes, and then other times I get to review products for a month and then I have to return it. Pero
Mm.
most of the times I do get to keep the products for
Mm.
myself. So usually yun, ano yan, that's what they call in the business as X deal. So
Mm.
X deal lang siya, libre mo makukuha, pero
Yeah.
you don't get paid for it.
Yeah.
So usually ganun yung nangyari. And
Product
there are,
seeding.
yes.
Mm.
So yun, now there are companies that will ask na they would want to watch your video first before you release it
Oh,
to the public.
talaga?
Yan ang something na hindi ako papayag ever.
Mm.
Kasi opinion ko yun eh. Ba't mo papanoorin? Para i-dictate mo kung ano yung
Tama.
ilalabas kong
Exactly.
video. Kung meron ako hindi magandang sinabi, iko-control mo.
Yeah.
Diba? So, yan ang ayaw ko. And
Mm.
I don't wanna name companies, pero I do know the companies that
Yes.
practice that
Mm.
kind of control sa mga
Mm.
tech reviewers natin sa Pinas. And I tell you, talamak yan dito sa Pinas.
The reason why we're asking or talking about this na is not to really pull down those companies. Kaya nga natin hindi
Yeah.
binabanggit eh. Pero this is a way of really educating the market on how
Mhm.
things are being done, 'di ba? Parang when you go to YouTube, ang dami kasi diyan eh, when you see trending, in a sense, 'di ba? Oy, nag-viral to or what? Hindi natin alam merong makinarya sa likod niyan. Of course, andyan yung troll community, 'di ba? Alam naman natin yung mga ganyan eh. The algorithms of social media, pinag-aaralan 'yan. minsan mamaliitin natin, parang ang baduy naman mag-comment nito or sobrang jologs or ganito, yun yung mga comment na iba. But in a sense, what we don't know is, naka-copy-paste na yun eh. That's really scripted. And there is science into it. I mean, sometimes those comments are made to really provoke yung mga taong tumitingin dahil alam nilang papatol. And more comments, more shares, more reactions ng angry face or what, really drives viral things right now on social media.
Yeah.
I mean, those are clickbaits or what. Pero that's the reality of it. So, kanina nabanggit mo about also, yun nga, companies about this. Pero in a sense, again, hindi tayo magbabanggit ng kung sino man dyan. Pero, are there also reviewers that's actually doing that for the companies to think na pwede to?
Actually, marami yan. Yun din yung isang problem.
Yeah.
Yung mentality ng mga Filipino tech YouTubers. Pag ikukumpara mo, the first thing that we need to look at is compare natin yung sarili natin sa international tech reviewers.
True.
Andiyan sila Linus, sila MKBHD, sila Unbox
Therapy.
Therapy. Yan. Yung mga yan, they don't accept payments or they don't accept na i-dictate ng companies kung ano yung flow ng reviews nila.
Ang video nila.
They say what they want to say. Kung negative yung sasabihin nila, they don't give a damn. Pero dito sa atin kasi, madaming tech reviewers na they want to play safe kasi they want to play both fields. They want to make their viewers happy and they also want to make the tech company happy. But the thing is, hindi nila naisip na by playing both fields, hindi nila naisip na ang actually natatamaan dito is yung viewers.
Exactly.
Yung consumers. Kasi yung consumers, they need to know both the negative and the positive side of the product that they're viewing. But if you keep saying, oh, this product is okay, this product is nice, and then your conclusion is, okay naman siya. That's the conclusion that you get from the review. What? Madaming ganun na tech reviewers sa atin. Playing safe all the time. Kaya yung mga tech reviewers na mangilan-ngilan dito sa Philippines na talagang nagsasabi ng totoo, sobrang saludo ako sa kanila.
And then this is something that I want to point out, no? Kanina you mentioned about, nung nag-start ka, you have about 800 subscribers and then may nagre-reach out na sa'yo.
Yeah.
For those who are planning to start their own channel, podcast, whatever platform na gusto ninyong simulan, like how we did it also, like Janus of Pinoy Tech Dad has about 27k subscribers on YouTube. The new year right now is about 20k strong on Instagram. I mean, those are small compared to the bigger platform, diba? Alam naman natin yan. But, what we're saying here is, whatever you tell in your platform na ikaw mismo nagsimula, it's your responsibility. That's one.
Yes.
Pangalawa, if you are into this influencer thing, diba? Na parang, parang okay maging influencer, gusto ko maging influencer. Remember, if you want to be an influencer, you should be the one influencing. And if you allow the companies to control you, then you are being influenced. That's another thing. Diba? You are being used right now as a marketing tool to promote their products. That's not really bad. Kasi tama naman yun eh. But at the same time, we have to be responsible for the consumers. Yun naman yung point ko. Now, going into this, of course, the experience of online shopping, pare. Kasi like right now, diba, it's 11/11, tapos hindi ko alam kung paano nag-expand tong sila Shopee, Lazada, at kung sino pang online. Kasi grabe ang traffic ngayon sa internet. Sa totoo lang. Sobrang wild. Na, ayan, tapos na ang working hours. So, most likely, people are glued to their phones. Tapos, looking for things. It's like bringing Black Friday to the globe, eh. Kasi, usually, this time, ito na yung Black Friday sa US, diba? Parang, kasagan season na. So, ngayon, kalat. Yeah, exactly. Paano nagbago yung, pare, yung experience, in a sense, ng shopping? How do people really tend to think on buying which product? as a reviewer, parang ikaw, you're reviewing things. You want to give your input, 'di ba, sa market na ito yung tingin ko and all ganyan. But how do you see that on the perspective na yung tao naman na nandun na, oy, nanonood sa akin to. Tapos
Okay.
sila na para bang, okay na ako sa sinasabi ni Janus, bibilin ko na to.
Mm.
Or, should I really go pa dun sa store to really check it out?
Actually, yung trend ngayon, mas malaki yung influence talaga ng
Yes.
mga nagre-review
Hmm.
sa YouTube ngayon. As in, sobrang laki ng hatak namin ng mga nagre-review. Kasi, even though yung sa akin, small channel pa lang, pero I've had so many comments na I bought this product because of your review.
Wow.
Pinili ko to dahil kay Pinoy Tech Dad.
Oo.
May magme-message sa akin, salamat sir sa review mo. Binili ko na yung produktong to.
Ganda.
It's like, wow.
Oo, sobra.
Ganun yung influence mo. So, wala na yung minimize na yung, lalo ngayon sa panahon na pandemic, we have pandemic. People are afraid to go to the mall, so
That's
there's no way you can check out the product physically. And most of the time, if you check out the product in stores, naka-box siya, hindi naman siya tatanggalin sa box eh. So
Yes.
they can't actually check it
Yes.
out. So they have to watch the videos.
Totoo.
So doon pumapasok yung mga in-depth reviews na makikita ng viewers or ng possible consumer kung ano yung laman ng box, kung ano yung feel ng box. I mean, they're living through you vicariously eh, kasi wala silang way na ma-experience yung na-experience mo. So, ikaw talaga yung kailangan mag-share sa kanila and then you have to tell them the truth.
Kaya, nabanggit mo yung experience sa malls, no? Last week, I went to the mall. Tapos, sobrang hassle na kasi papasok ka ng mall, syempre may check dyan, di ba? And then, every pasok mo ng store, meron ding mga QR and mga declaration. So, pipila ka, tapos magsa-sign up ka. Di ba? In a sense, sobrang time-consuming na palang mag-mall ngayon. Tapos, pag nakita mo ngayon yung mga pila doon sa mall din right now, sobrang haba niya. Tapos, makikita mo, grabe, box-box na yung mga binibili ng mga tao. So, parang I was in this one gadget store last week. Tapos, kung baga pupunta ka ng mall, alam mo na yung bibilin mo rin eh. You're not there to really, magwi-window shopping ako like before na tingnan ko muna to, explore. Parang pag pumunta ka ng mall right now, decided ka na. Siguro kung meron, delikado eh. Parang kung bibili ka tapos mag-explore ka pa, susugal ka honestly, di ba? So, ang pinaka-atake dyan, kung meron ka mang pagdidesisyonan, most likely color na lang yan. Pero, yung aesthetics na lang. Pero yung pinaka-juice, kumbaga, when we're talking about technology, of course, alam mo na eh. Inaral mo na yun. And that's one good thing na nadulot nitong mga, influencers, I would say, like you, on the tech side of things. Another thing that we want to talk about here, diba? We're talking about good, honest reviews in a sense. Meron tayong mga products right now na kanina nga nabanggit mo, merong high-end, tapos like you're targeting this, yung trend na para dito talaga sa Pilipinas. And that's good. Kasi what I saw with your content is you target the Philippine market eh. Asa Pilipinas kay Pinoy Tech Dad nga, 'di ba? In a sense, meron naman talagang market sa Pilipinas na ito yung gustong bilhin or sabihin na natin kayang bilhin. Because we should cater to all aspects of the society. Not only the high-end, what if hindi kaya talagang bumili ng Apple products or Samsung products. But in a sense, pare, ako syempre, honest opinion nga tayo, di ba? What's your take on expensive gadgets and so-so gadgets?
Okay. So, yun nga. Since I started this, yung pag-review ng products, parang eye-opener eh. Sobrang eye-opener siya na, wow, ganito nakalayo yung narating ng mga China brand.
Very true.
we're talking about phones here.
Yeah.
Kasi before I started this tech channel ng Pinoy Tech Dad, I was solely using high-end na Samsung phones. Nothing else. Um, kung ano yung latest na release ng S series ng Samsung,
Yeah.
yun yung gamit ko. Galaxy Note, yun yung gamit ko.
Tinatambak mo lang sa
So-
court yun eh.
So, ayun. Then, nung nagsimula ako, I started with the brand na, basta, isang brand, a China brand. And surprisingly, parang yung experience ko with that brand was almost the same sa experience ko with the Samsung. Sabi ko, ganito na kalayo yung advancement and ganito na kalayo yung quality na napuproduce ng much cheaper na alternative compared to the known brands.
Exactly.
So, parang after that, parang nakita ko, andun pa rin sa mentality ko, why not try ko ulit na bumalik sa very expensive phones like recently, na-try ko yung Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra.
Wow.
So I tried it. I was able to use it for a week.
Mm-mm.
And then I have my inexpensive China phone na siya yung considered na flagship phone nila, which is my favorite phone right now. And sabi ko, halos the same lang experience eh. Parang wala na akong makitang reason to spend that much unless super fan ka, unless there's a specific feature from that company na gusto mo or kailangan mo.
Exactly.
Walang reason to spend that much for a very high-end phone.
Exactly.
Sa panahon ngayon.
Yeah, lalo sa panahon ngayon na we're in this
Yes.
pandemic pa rin naman. Hindi pa po tapos ang pandemic, guys. So, naghihirap pa ang mundo. So, as much cash as you can save it. Pero ako, to add to that, no, pare. I mean, talking about expensive and labi na nating budget-friendly pero same quality. I would I would relate it to in a sense fashion in a sense. When we talk about high fashion, 'di ba? We have the designers, the Prada, Gucci, at kung ano pa, Louis Vuitton and all, 'di ba? Pero in a sense, the reason why ganun yung presyo nila is because of the amount of money that they also spend. Aside dun sa quality, aside dun sa materials na sinasabi nila, pero makikita mo nga the materials that this high-end brands are using napapantayan naman itong mga budget friendly. It's just that they market it differently and they want to do
May mga endorsers sila.
exactly, 'di ba? Na parang okay, you want to, for example, kasi nandito tayo sa gaslighting side of things na usapan, 'di ba? If we're talking about influencers, 'di ba? If we're talking about influencers, merong influencer na merong about 8 million followers on Instagram. Okay, and then merong influencer din na merong nasa 1 million followers on Instagram. And I'm a brand. Pero nakita ko na yung engagement nila on social media is actually the same. Like when we talk about engagement, yan yung mga comments, likes, 'di ba? Kumbaga, for those who are just tuning in or want to hear this out, 'di ba? Parang if you have 8 million followers, hindi naman lahat yan engaging Even your 27k subscribers, even with the newest 20k subscribers hindi naman lahat yan engaging. Pero, ibig sabihin, when you post, nakikita nila. But, in reality, they don't care. That's the reason nga kung bakit nagkaroon ng stories ang social media. Diba? People don't really tend to interact already. They just want to view, and view. And that's the reason why you have stories. Kasi, people just want to view other person's lives. Yun diba? Titingin lang ako, but it doesn't mean I like it. Titingin lang ako, diba?
Paparazzi.
Exactly. So going back, if I'm a brand per se na pag-usapan ko yun, may option ako na mag-invest doon sa 8 million or doon sa 1 million. But they have the same amount of engagement. Like they have about 50k engagements, the same. And this is true, guys. I don't want to name the celebrity or the influencer, but it's true. You can go check out on Instagram later on whoever has 8 million and then 1 million influencer Instagram followers. And they have the same 50k engagements for every post. And that's happening. So as a brand, I would say na I'll go with 1M. because I will spend less.
Yes.
Pero the other brands I would go with 8M. Bayad ako mas malaki. The point na mas magbabayad sila ng mas malaki doon, mas malaki i-recover nila.
Mhm.
At dadagdag yun sa gusto nilang i-recover at sa cost. That's the reason, ibig sabihin lang doon, consumers are actually paying for that. Okay, now, if we will open our eyes, na, okay, I'm buying this phone kasi this is a social status eh. If I have this phone, ito yung dala ko sa party, ang cool ko, ang social kong tignan.
Sikat na sikat ka.
Yeah, kasi gamit to ni ganito. Gamit to ni ganitong celebrity. Guys, wake up. The reason why they are endorsing that is because we are buying those products and we are the one paying for that endorsement.
Yep. True.
Reality of things. I mean, the consumers are the one paying for whatever the company is really spending to be relevant.
That is true.
Those are the things that when the reason why I really love talking about this gaslighting things, manipulation, market manipulation. I'm not really a graduate of marketing or what, 'di ba? Pero in a sense going into paano ba? A retail company before, a lifestyle company before, nakita mo how they market eh. And nakita mo how they price the items sa mall. And then pagka naka-sale na. You have slippers na binebenta for 3,000, 5,000 pesos sa mall. Tapos pag sobrang gusto na lang i-move sa bodega, 500 pesos.
Wow.
Imagine that, guys.
Grabe, di ba?
And
Pero
go
ano, to piggyback on that idea,
Yeah.
train of thought na yung extra cost nila for marketing and spending on influencers.
Yep.
That's going on din dito lalo sa phone companies dito sa Philippines ngayon. Think about this. You have brand A na merong magandang specs, then you have brand B. Same specs, almost the same build, almost the same performance. As in, if you were to decide, hindi mo alam kung ano. Pero dahil merong influencers to si brand B, ang dami niyang ads, ang dami niyang commercials, ang dami niyang marketing expenses. Ang layo ng presyo nila. Sobrang mura ni brand A, walang marketing masyado, talagang social media lang, walang endorsers. Pero si brand B, sagad sa endorsers. Sobrang mahal. Pero pag tiningnan mo, performance, it's the same. It's the same specs. Walang difference at all.
exactly.
So yun, dun pa lang Parang ang kawawa dito is yung nare-reach ni brand B.
Yes.
Na masa dapat sila dapat yung masa, pero sila yung nare-reach ni brand B and naisip nila, ito lang yung existing na phone dito sa market natin and maganda yung specs niya. In-endorse ni ganito.
Yeah.
So yun yung pipiliin nila.
Exactly. Tapos
So you'll notice that sa trend dito sa Philippines, you'll notice that those brands that I'm talking about, they are more popular in the provinces.
Exactly. Yun yung maganda kasi yung geographical, we haven't touched that yet, 'di ba? Kumbaga, for example, nung nawala ABS-CBN, nakatingin lang tayo dito sa Metro Manila na how it's affected, ganito, ganyan. Pero ang hindi na pag-usapan is ano yung epekto nito sa probinsya. How they will get the news and all, yung dialect nila doon, ganyan. Hindi lang ABS yung nagsara, maraming channels yung nagsara. 'Di ba? In reality. Yun eh.
Yeah.
And then when talking about that, no, yung sinasabi mo nga kanina, andoon yung aspect ng what market is really targeted. Kumbaga, the expensive phones are the ones na tipong nare-recall, nagkakaroon ng brand recall dito sa let's say class B or what. Na ang nangyayari dito is they push hard. They push hard to really obtain that item or bilhin yun. Kasi, manipulated na sila na kailangan ko yun sa buhay ko. Not really opening their mind na, maybe I should really evaluate other things. Diba? And not to be a hypocrite about this, diba? I myself is like that. Way back. Diba? Para pag sinabi natin, hindi, dapat lahat ng gamit ko Apple lang. Or Apple ecosystem, all in all, lahat yan. That's it. Gagawin ko yon. Kasi, brand conscious ka by default, yung iba sa atin, ganun naman talaga mag-isip. Pero right now that you start really thinking about things and thinking about budget and all ganyan, we're not saying na kasi meron ding ibang perspective din naman na wag niyong pakialaman yung mga tao kung may pambil naman sila, bayaran sila pambili.
Of course, of
We
course.
respect that. We respect that. I mean, kung may pambili, go ahead, spend.
That's their money.
Exactly. Pero what we're really talking about here is how to really evaluate what you need. Diba? Kumbaga, let's say, if we talk about the rich people, let's say sila Zuckerberg or what, dami namang memes na lumalabas nun, diba? Parang, a true rich guy would look like this. And then a fake rich guy would look like this. Na tipong puro luxury things. And that's true. That's true in life. So, hindi naman natin sinasabi doon na, okay, wag niyong bilhin yan kasi pwede namang ito eh. No, go ahead. Go ahead, spend it. It's your money, like what Janus mentioned. Pero at the same time, start evaluating things. I mean, start looking at things on a different perspective, like what we always say here in the new you.
Yeah.
And if you start looking that way, minsan kasi we always look forward, diba? Minsan if we look back, parang, oh nga, no? I mean, I could have done it differently. Like myself, that's based on my personal take, na I'm also a sobrang brand conscious guy before in terms of technology. Diba? Na para bang, dapat talang gamit ko. Hindi pwede yan, ganyan. Apo lang lagi. Pero, in a sense, parang kanina nag-usap kami ni Janus pre-show, di ba? Parang, sorry, hindi nyo to nakikita kasi sa live. You can check Janus or Pinoy Tech Dad's content sa YouTube. Makikita nyo gaano aganda yung quality ng video niya. And I was talking about the whole setup. Parang, okay, sobrang high-end ba na no, ganito yan. Pinag-usapan namin kanina. And makikita mo that you can build your own setup at home at a really budget-friendly price. Hindi mo kailangan gumastos ng malaki. Yun yung point dun. Before we wrap this, I think, kasi Janus, meron pa tong live later on. kasi nga, 11-11. Pero, I want to take on the aspect of, kasi ikaw, more on the consumer, di ba? Yung tipong consumer. Pero sa perspective mo on security in a sense, I mean, on the consumer standpoint, 'di ba? Kasi meron pa ring notion diyan ng guys, China 'yan. 'Di ba? 'Di ba? I mean, before we wrap this up, medyo i-touch base na natin ako dito. Because I have my thoughts on this also, but I want to hear yours first.
Okay.
Parang guys, China 'yan eh. Baka mamaya alam mo na.
Guys, spying na.
Oo, 'di ba? Baka may ganun. Okay. Pero on a reviewer standpoint, you're reviewing majority China devices right now. Well, what can you say about this?
Ako, first of all, never naman akong I mean, a lot of articles came out like this brand is actually taking your data and all that. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Everyone is taking your data, especially Google,
exactly,
Facebook. They're all taking your data. This is something that everyone needs to try. For 1 week or just a few days, keep mentioning a specific product that you want. Na andyan yung phone mo. The next thing you know, the ads that you'll be seeing on your Facebook feed will be about those products.
Exactly.
Everyone's listening. Doesn't matter. China, America, it doesn't matter. They're all listening. Pero, personally, wala naman sa akin. No? Wala naman ako nung apprehension or fear about that. Wala naman akong bad experience about that so far. Yung when in terms to security and data breach, wala naman. What they usually do is they take yung data natin when it comes to your browsing, what do you call that? Yung habit mo. That's what they usually do. They take your browsing habit and they use that as data for their ads to target you. Mostly yun lang ang pinaka nakikita ko na data na talagang minamine nila sa'yo. And they all do that. Hindi lang China.
That's the main point why I ask you that question. Kasi diba parang, una, I want to relate or reference it to Social Dilemma. For those who haven't watched it yet, I think that's Netflix pa naman. Go check it out. Social Dilemma. That's one. I won't talk about Social Dilemma. Watch it. I want you to watch it. That's it. Pangalawa, when you mentioned about our data is really taken every day. That's happening. That's really happening. I remember doing this campaign with my morning job last year. It's more of about digital way of life. And then during my interview there, I was talking about when we embrace technology, we should actually embrace cybersecurity as well.
Yeah.
That's part of it, 'di ba? Hindi pwedeng paghiwalayin 'yun eh. Hindi pwedeng bibili ko ng bagong phone or undergo akong digital transformation pero tsaka na yung security. Hindi pwede 'yun. Hindi pwede 'yun kasi the the moment you allow yourself in the internet, you are exposed.
Yeah.
You are exposed. I mean, I'm not going to talk about the details of cybersecurity kasi madami yan at sobrang nakakadugo ng ilong yan, honestly.
Oh.
That's for another episode, okay? That's for another episode. Pero right now, what I'm trying to say, which is sinabi ni Janus, data is the new gold. Okay, if you would give me, let's say, well, like what I always ask the guests, mamaya, tatanungin din kita, $10 million or data. I'd pick data.
Yep.
Why? Kasi yun eh. Yun yung point nun. The $10 million, mauubos yan. But yung data on hand na kaya niya ibigay sa'yo, at kung marunong kang gumawa ng pera out of that, hindi mauubos yun.
Yes.
That's the main point of
Mismo.
that. That's the reason why we're saying data is the new gold. And kanina sinabi ni Janus about China, US, whatever country there is actually doing that and all. That's true. That's really true. And whatever we read on the news, diba, in a sense, it's also propaganda.
Yeah.
Diba? I mean, for all you know, baka yung sulat ng isa against another country is written by kalaban nila, nagsisiraan sila, diba? But at the same time, they also do it. And it's really, really happening. And that's part of gaslighting, I would say. Na para for you to go into that and all, ganyan, masira ka doon, hindi, ito lang gagamitin ko for the rest of my life. Kalokohan yun. Kalokohan yun. The reason because, unang-una, when you connect to the internet, you don't know kung saan dumadaan yung traffic mo. Hindi mo alam. Pangalawa, nasa Pilipinas tayo, we're talking about local na lang. Diba?
Okay.
We have ilang telcos. We have Globe, Smart, PLDT, then right now, dito. Okay.
Yeah.
Sige, ilan sa atin ang sasabihin hindi ako magdidito? Dito, 'di ba? Dito, oo, 'di ba? China yan eh. And then after months na makapag-deploy yan dito, nasa dito ako. Bakit? Kasi pwedeng ang sabihin nila, mabilis eh. Yun yung masakit doon. Mura, mabilis. 'Di ba? Kasi sa pinakadulo ng consumer, yun yung iniisip natin. Ano yung mas affordable, ano yung reliable na service. At yun lang yung kailangang ibigay. Honestly, yun lang yung kailangang ibigay ng providers. 'Di ba? Pero at the end of the day, all of that, the data and that, kung meron man kayong ikakatakot na mag-leak online or what, then don't do it on your phones. Then don't do it on your laptops. If you have photos, if you have videos, if you have confidential informations, don't do it on the gadgets. Kahit birthdays ninyo, social media accounts nyo, guys, nobody is asking you to input your correct birthday. meron bang sinabi na nag-input ako ng fake birthday ko sa, let's say, Facebook, tapos sinabi ni Facebook, that is not your birthday. Wala naman, di ba? That is not...
But they ask for your age. As long as ibigay mo yung legal age mo, okay na.
Yeah. And that's the reason kung bakit nga pati yung mga bata nasa social media.
Exactly.
Even below 18 years old is in social media right now.
Limit, di ba? 13
Because
yata
because they don't have the way to inspect it eh. Kung tama yung binibigay mo info.
Yeah.
Anyway, sobrang ang sarap ng usap. Ang sarap ng usap about this because, well, for one, this is something that I do every day because I'm also in the tech
That's
field.
day job.
The day job and all, and you being a review and all. But thank you for spending. I want to do this again in a sense.
Bro.
Let's do another technology session podcast in a sense for the new you.
Hindi mo pala shinare sa kanila, bro. We're just neighbors. same floor.
Tapos ito, pwede akong kumatok sa bahay mo dyan.
Exactly.
Pero yeah, we're doing the protocols, social distancing, and all. So sabi ko sa kanya nung pinag-uusapan namin, are we going to do this on my unit or your unit? No, we do this separate. Ganun pa rin. So before I do the plugs, the usual and outro and all, Janus, where can they really catch up with you?
Yeah, you can catch me sa YouTube channel ko. Meron akong main YouTube channel ko, Pinoy Tech Dad. And actually, meron din ako Filipino channel talaga na dedicated para sa mga Pinoy viewers. Kasi yung Pinoy Tech Dad ko is I'm trying to reach a global audience na actually.
It's good.
Kasi, ayun, marami na rin akong international viewers.
Wow.
So, really good. Kaya,
Congratulations.
doon sa Pinoy Tech Dad. And then, Filipino channel ko is yung Janus Villanueva. So, done. Pwede na akong makita doon sa YouTube channels ko. And my Facebook page na super active and maraming giveaways. Pinoy Tech Dad.
That's good. There's one comment here from Richmond Priscilla. I'll take my $10 million. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Nobody's stopping you. I mean, everyone from taking the $10 million. So, sobrang okay na. Yeah. Yeah,
from my YouTube channel, mga viewers ko, I'll just say hi to them. John Paul Dohan, Junjun Bakay, Ronan, Zoa. Actually, si Sir Richmond din is a YouTuber.
Oh. Go to the show. Let's talk about things.
Yeah.
Ganda.
So, ayan. Ay, yung ano natin, ang close friend natin na si JM, Jomer.
Oo nga. Wala eh. Sarado ang court eh. Yeah, even my boss is actually watching. Jenny Jamson Santos.
Nice.
Yeah, so thank you for those who are actually listening to us. Hang with us again with the new you. For tomorrow we have Darren Espanto on the show for BU by the new you. And then on Friday we have another playlist for you guys. Sweet Sweat by Joe Delipendre. So the usual with the new you mood every Friday, BU every Thursday, and then PrevHue every Wednesday at 8 p.m. So ngayon we did a little earlier lang kasi nga may live tong si paring Janus with a brand.
Yeah.
So magpe-prepare na yan. But yun nga, for those who are tuning in, download this episode. It's on Spotify after this, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Check the website, www.thenewuph.com. Follow the social pages of the New You, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, wherever. And then for those who just tuned in, just continue. All of the episodes, all of the previous episodes are there. You can watch it from season 1 up to this point. So madami na rin naman yan. But all of the shows still in black and white. For tonight, thank you for joining us. Have a great evening, guys.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone.
All right. Good night.